Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We are in Billings today and we have a gasoline run up to the Ford dealership in Miles City. So that's what we are going to be doing today. It's John Ruda Day. We've got his 362 as well as the fuel tanker. And I'll just kind of talk you through everything else as we get going. Alright, parking lights are on. Let's go ahead and get her started. Windows are down. Got her started. And we probably should have gotten fuel. I don't think the drive's going to be so long that we're going to run out, but that would be hilarious. It wouldn't be the first time on this channel that I run out of gas hauling fuel. It's happened before. Okay. Let's roll over and pick this up. We're running 46,305 pounds of gasoline. Drive should be, I want to say it's probably about 4 hours game time, obviously. And yeah, so yeah, we got the Ruda truck and trailer today. The engine, so I've seen a lot of people who are they've been testing out Z-Mod's new setup with the his system and the 3406B. I did have a chance to test that out, and actually I kind of like it. I don't know. It's got some pros and cons. I definitely listened to what other people had to say when they reviewed it, specifically Goggles 56, and he did not seem happy at all the first time he did it. And I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence because I kind of liked that sound that he was describing, shifting between the gears, that big like gulp of air. I don't know, because Goggles used to be a truck driver. I don't know if his beef with it is that he doesn't like the sound or if it's not realistic. I heard a couple people saying it may not be that realistic or it might be a little bit overboard. I actually liked the sound, but I can't testify as to that being a realistic sound. What I could tell you though is I completely believe him when he said that something needed to get worked out with all of the torque ratios and stuff like that. So I saw that video probably about 5 days ago. I heard someone say about 3 days ago that Z was going to be working on it, and then yesterday I actually purchased the 3406B from him and all of his new setup. And I didn't really have many issues, so maybe it's already been resolved by the time that I got it. So I think that might be the case. Let's go ahead and get some fuel in here. All that to say, I do have all of his new setup and internal sounds. The Peterbilt sounds, and I think it was like the wind and tire noise and the weather, and I did all that, but I'm not using his 3406B. I actually have someone else's 3406B today.
Our mission is to secure the safety of the American people.
And it is it is the 3406B from Chilling Toaster, which was updated about a week ago. So he actually has two versions of it, one in a straight pipe and one in a muffled sound. This is going to be the straight pipe sound today. I'll leave the windows down for just a bit. Let's get a little bit of sight, a little bit of view out of here. Go figure, I painted a truck green. This is just a basic skin that came with the truck, and I took that light lime green and I put that on the trailer as well. And I couldn't get a good design that I liked, so I just kept it with the chrome. But I think it's looking pretty good. Always get lots of nodes and lots of accessories with all the John Ruda stuff. It's always just pretty simple, and it works. So, pretty happy with that. So, for all of you who are looking at the new sound system from Z-Mods and his 3406B, I don't know if it's going to compare at all with Chilling Toasters. I happen to like Chilling Toasters quite a bit, especially since the update. And not that I don't like Z-Mod's version, but I think this is pretty good opportunity while a lot of people are test driving his 3406B Z-Mods to get a little bit of a comparison. So I'm going to put up the windows in just a second, but once we get out on the road, I'll let you hear it for a little bit.
Turn right.
It's not exactly the view that I had in mind. I hate it when it does that. All right. Leaving UOP in Billings, headed for Miles City. We do have a 13-speed Eatron-Fuller in here today.
Keep right. And then turn right. Turn right.
It is pretty cool to hear all the internal sounds and everything going on with Z-Mod stuff. The shifting, all the air brakes and everything going on. Kind of a fan of it, and haven't been using it for quite a while. As I try to keep it in gear, you can see what gear I'm in up top, and or what gear I'm trying to be in. It flickers a little bit between the gear and neutral. It doesn't like fifth. I'm not doing anything. It's going to choose it whenever. There, okay. It approved it. Using the second stick as a splitter today. Never know when that light's gonna go yellow. Exactly. A little bit of Jake. Nope.
Continue.
Wow. That is a loud Jake. I'll probably turn that down in the settings, but can't remember what slider was it that you adjust for turning the Jake down? Is it just like general engine exhaust? Look at this. It won't even go into gear. I'm not even touching anything. That has to be the shifter base. But I am going to do a little bit of a test. I still have an old, it's an original Eatron-Fuller instead of this old school one. Might try that. Maybe thinking like the weight of this stick, which is pretty heavy with all the air valve and everything. Maybe that's what's causing it to trip up. So maybe if I go back to a new shifter top here, that'll help. Anyway, always like driving the John Ruda trucks too, because most of the time when I can remember, I usually put the scratched windshield on it. Keeps it rather realistic. There we go. Slow it down. Still have brake sensitivity turned way down. Yeah, just kind of a basic day cab going on today. Nothing too fancy. But I was looking through the skins and I was like, hey, I think we'll go with a green one. These are short gears. And first and fifth are going to be the difficult ones today, since that's the same position basically. I say that, and then number 3 ends up being bad. But I guess according to what most people have to say is you really don't want to, you really can wait till it gets up to about 1800 RPMs and then do the shift. I'm used to doing it more in like the 2000 range. What do you think about the sound though? I'll let you listen. Alright, we'll get the windows up because that's going to be pretty loud. Dampen it a little bit, but not a ton. So yeah, I was going to go through and do a review. Well, kind of an abbreviated build and drive with the Pister 389. And I see a lot of people have already done that. It kind of just didn't really work out because I think that happened on like a Sunday and or a Monday, and well, I'm not releasing this video until Thursday. Thursday and Sunday are my days, and yeah, I don't think I'm going to do like a really in-depth review unless someone needs it. But you could kind of go down the list and see all the different changes to it. But I was going to do like a mini build and talk about some of the bigger updates and then do a drive with it, but I'm actually running into some more video issues. And I was running into these video issues just playing the game, not even in recording. So if they weren't going to work just playing by myself, then it surely wasn't going to work while recording. So still have a couple things to work through. For the most part, the changes that I got from Goggles 56 really helped out a ton. I'm running at 60 frames per second in pretty much everything except with the Pister, and I don't know what to say other than if I have the Pister and I have PNG active in my mods, it's not working. I'm getting like 15 to 25 frames per second, and that's sitting there. That's at night, that's during the day, sitting there, not moving my head, no scenery change. It just won't go above like 25 frames per second. So that's kind of frustrating. If I take PNG out, it works fine. Or if I leave PNG in and go to another truck in the same profile or another truck in another profile, works out pretty good. But not those two. PNG and Pister are not working for me. And I think it may just have to do with the graphics card. Here's the other anomaly that I have right now. I verified it in my previous videos where I was, you know, when I was running into issues and I didn't know what it was first. If whenever I use the console, the 0 button, so I can fly around, as soon as I do that, one of my two cameras immediately shuts off in OBS. So are we talking like a graphics problem? And it's 100% of the time. As soon as I get out to fly around, boom, cuts the camera immediately. So it must be a graphics thing. I don't know if my graphics card is dying. It's a 3070 Ti, not the top of the shelf, but it's not a slouch. I've got all the firmware updates on it. I've got all the settings queued in, and they're pretty much dialed in according to 2 or 3 different people. One of them is Goggles, and a couple of them are just some other random tutorials that a lot of people found success with. And for whatever reason, it's not working. I guess it's just too much to be running. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. And the other thing is, it's always the same camera. It's I don't know if there's an issue with the connection, because I am running an Elgato video card, an Elgato capture card. I don't know if something's going on the cable's messed up, the camera's messed up, the connection on the USB's messed up.
And then exit right.
But, oh, Jake, this is going to be a little loud.
Exit right.
This is definitely one of those Jakes that sounds really loud and doesn't even work that well. And I am on the highest setting. It just doesn't seem to have much stopping power. It's my only complaint about it. Other than that, I'm really liking this 3406B.
Take the first exit, President Blazer.
Alright, the first exit. Got you, Morgan. And I forgot again, I meant to enable, to kind of change it up, I meant to enable the other GPS voice, the one that Zmods has. You can speed up a little bit through here.
Right. And then turn right.
It just doesn't like to stay in that gear.
Turn right.
Yep, I can't get it to stay. As soon as I take my foot off the clutch, that's the cue to come out of gear. Then I put the clutch back in, and it goes back into gear. Take my foot off the clutch to actually give it gas, and that's when it pops out into neutral again. Pretty much consistently. So where are we going? Where are we dropping this off? Ford dealership. We pulling in here? I think we're pulling in here.
Turn left.
We might want to go in on that other driveway. But this is kind of realistic, right? You come in, and yeah, I now recognize that this is the wrong driveway. But that's okay. A lot of times you come into a driveway and you're not sure exactly where to go because you haven't been there for the first time, and you got to kind of figure it out. So in that way, this is going to be realistic. And we'll see if we can just try to stay out of the way a little bit, but not clip a car. We'll straighten out. We'll get out and we'll talk to them and figure out where they want this this thing parked. I'll be right back. Okay, this is one of those times. It's still going to be a pretty difficult parking job, but I'm going to see how it works. This, having gone in this driveway here, may have given us a little bit of an advantage. So we're going to go down there through the tunnel and then park on the left. But we got to back in. There probably is a way
My honor and duty to see you through this.
for us to go in there head first and then turn around. And I can probably do that, especially with having a cab over. Make sure we're not going to clip anything. Nice to have a day cab so you can see through the window. So we're gonna do this thing a little bit different. So I got to hook it around on the left once I go through that tunnel. All right. The other hard one to keep into gear is reverse. You're going to see it go in and out of gear. You're going to stop hearing the beeping and everything. There it goes. It's out of gear. I have to press the clutch again to get it to engage. And I basically have to take the stick and I have to hold it. And I have to press, keep the pressure on. See, I don't have the right angle now. I'm focusing on trying to keep it in reverse and not popping out into neutral, which is not something that I should having to be doing. But yeah, if you see in the lower right hand corner, I am physically pushing on it pretty hard to keep it into gear. If I let off on the pressure, it slips out of gear. I don't want to get too close over there. Try to pull away a little bit. The hard part in this is figuring out how to time when I start that turn. I don't think I'm going to make it on the first try, but I'd like to be able to get somewhat close. Yeah, I'm not going to make it because I just don't have enough room to... Alright, so let's just get it back here, and then we will straighten her out. Because we got to go in right next to the building. Can't believe it's staying in gear. That's where we gotta go. And even with a Cabover, I'm real close to this wall here. Oh, I just screwed that up so bad. I think I'm gonna actually run into the building. Alright. Let's see if I can get myself out of this. Little Austin Powers 12-point turn. Alright, now I can pull up and get it to turn a little bit. Maybe that's gonna work. Maybe I can save it. Alright. Never a boring parking spot, parking job when I'm behind the wheel. Yeah, we got enough room. Go back a little bit faster now. Yeah, we're good there. Oh, we'll just pull up just a second there. This is a shorter trailer. Can't remember what it is. It's definitely not a full 53 footer. And the thing that I usually drive a lot of 53 footers, long trailers, and what you don't notice is when you get in a shorter trailer, it actually takes off a lot quicker, and it's harder to correct it. Okay, I think we got it. Let's go ahead, get the windows up, and get the track IR paused. Alright, parking lights only. Let's get the four ways off. We're parked in such an area that I don't think anyone's going to run into us. So, let's get out and check out. Not too bad. A couple pull-ups. I kind of really got myself into trouble. I was trying, and see if I lose that other camera because I'm about to go into that console mode. Well, it's still there. Maybe it's only when I go way up in the sky and reveal a lot of scenery that it doesn't know what to do. So I tried to cut around this corner really sharp with the trailer, but that put me pretty much into that door right there. So, yeah, we got it all figured out. Let's see if we can replicate it and lose that camera. It's the bottom left one that's going to go if it does. Watch, it's not going to replicate it. It's like taking it to a mechanic and saying, hey, I got a problem. And they're like, oh, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, if I move around and stuff, I can lose that camera pretty easily. Let's try it. All right, let's go up here, check this out. We'll go back. There's the dealership. Oh my God, it's not doing it. I'm not losing the camera. This is the first time in quite a while. I do have PNG installed currently. Okay, can't figure it out. Still have the camera. Trust me, that's when it usually happens. And I'm running 60 frames per... Oh, we lost it. At some point in the last 2 or 3 seconds, we lost it. Okay. So eventually when it's trying to load in that much scenery... and what's crazy is when I'm driving, I'm running at anywhere between 80 to 95% utilization of the graphics card. That just happened when only 47% of the graphics card is being used, and it's not overheating. It just doesn't know what to do with that second camera and loading in all of the all of the scenery and stuff. And I did have it one time where I lost both cameras. So, I mean, I used to do this kind of stuff all the time, especially looking at big yards and stuff, previewing it before the drive, and I never lost that camera. So, it's just kind of an anomaly. Maybe I'll try a different camera on it, just see if I can isolate the variables. Anyway, that was the drive for today. Sorry, I'm still having a little bit of graphics issues. Trying to work them out and just trying to talk to people, let them know what I'm driving, what mods do I have, and then maybe someone can say, you know what, when I had that and I had that mod in, it wasn't working, so I can just try to take one out, or I can try to change a couple settings here or there, just trying to troubleshoot it right now. anyway, thanks for coming along on the drive. Let me know what you think about the 3406B from Chilling Toaster, the updated version. And also, it's free on Truckee. Yeah, he has his mods on Truckee. So the straight pipe version and the muffled version are both available, and they're both free. I like them both, for sure. I definitely like the straight pipe more than I like the muffled. And in some aspects of it, I like it even more than Zmods, which is a paid mod. I think everyone's going to have their own preference, but you let me know down below, and maybe we'll see if we'll feature this engine on the channel again. I mean, I like it, so I may just decide to override you anyway. Who knows? Okay. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing so you can see all of my videos. Hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.